sun is shining, the crowds are moving, they're loud, they're loving every minute of this beautiful golf course, unlike the players. Looking through some of the scores, honestly, playing Pinehurst for 5.5 hours, 18 holes out there was, I mean, there's a lot harder things, but I do feel very worn out. I don't know whether it was the excitement or the anticipation, but I had a headache for 17 holes.
Okay.
And felt like I was thirsty for 5 hours straight, even though I drank 8 gallons of water. So, apart from that, it was class. Enjoyed every minute, every second.
Okay, great intro.
Yeah, so good intro for you there. Yeah.
That was beautiful, yeah.
What else do you want?
Okay, so how did you feel stepping up today? Like, how was that different from yesterday? Obviously, it's a practice round and stuff, but like, what were the feelings you were having?
Yeah, so I'm always pretty relaxed and I have fun, I enjoy myself. Even yesterday was like I sort of just turned up the notch a little bit on the focus, especially on the course, hitting the shots. So today was just another sort of reset. I mean, I was excited as hell, honestly. It's so cool. I mean, anyone that says they're not nervous is lying, first of all. There was a couple of times, Ryan was mic'd up on the course, my caddy, so you'll hear it later. But I was writing in my book on the first hole, and I was like, right, look at this. My hand was going like that. I was like, I could barely write down the score. Not in a negative way. You know, I don't perceive nerves really in a negative way at all. I get nervous just like anyone, and today was no different, but I enjoy it, you know?
How does it feel? I mean, you know, you just had that family that came by and like, you have no clue who they are. How does that feel when you're on the course? Like, you're so far away and you get a good lie and you just hear people cheering.
Yeah. It's been super cool. I've got a lot of support through my wife, my friends, my extended family here in the States. I feel like I've slowly, similarly to the British Open last year, sort of picked up fans along the way, I feel, from the beginning of the week, and it's really cool. It's hard to describe, really. Just to have people that you don't know cheer you on and wish you luck and, you know, out there supporting you. It's really awesome.
Okay. What was going through your mind when you hit kind of like a hard shot and you were like, okay, like what is Ryan telling you too? Like, when you know you gotta go clean it up, like towards the end, like what's kind of going through there?
Well, some more, you know, when I haven't hit a great shot and I've got to hit like almost like recovery sort of thing, or?
Yeah.
There was actually a moment out on the course today. I hit it down in the left long grass. Me and Ryan were walking down. He was like, "Oh, maybe there's a good line." And I was like, honestly, Ryan, I actually don't really care. And not in the way it sounds. Just I had a complete acceptance of the outcome. Like, I didn't really care if it was sat great or sat bad, because it is sat where it sat. So wherever it was, we got to the ball, we assessed it, you know, we do it together, and then we both sort of work out, choose the right shot, whether it's getting it back out and play or it's hitting a nice shot back into, you know, maybe even onto the green. So just working it out together, and then whatever the best shot at the time is, just commit to it now.
How does your big group of like really diverse, I feel like, friends help you become like a better golfer? Or maybe they don't, but like, I mean, just Pitts alone, like he's like doing math standing here, so it's like, how do you take all of that as a group and kind of like help it towards your game?
I just think having really good people around you can only be a good thing. You know, there's 7 of us in the house this week, and like you said, quite a diverse group, but it works. And I think the reason it works is because everybody's a good person. it's hard to sit here and say it, but you know, everybody's here for me. This week they're here for me, and I'm so grateful for it. You know, these are people that I've known for years, some really, really long time, some not so long, but it's quite humbling in a way to know that I have such great people around me, and we're all in it together. You know, it's hard to really describe. I'm just really grateful for it.
Yeah. Who do you think is the most vocal supporter you have in your crew?
It's my wife.
There you go. Do you have anything to say about that?
The loudest?
Just someone that you're like, okay, I know exactly who that is. Like, you're out there and you're like, okay, waiting for it.
Yeah, Miles probably. I heard him scream. I heard him scream a couple of times on the outside. I know exactly who that is. But I can pick up. I've heard a lot of people out there today that I know who they are. I'm just grateful for the support, whether it's people I know or not. But to have so many people that I care about around me, I think that's what makes this journey, this event, this everything so cool.
Yeah. So you played at noon, 12:30 today. How is the early wake up going to change that for you, or like how are you planning on coming with that same energy really early?
I mean, it'd be easier if I didn't have to do this straight after my No, I'm kidding. It's always tough. I have to deal with this every week, most weeks playing golf anyway.
Yeah.
Depending on what side of the draw you get, if you get a late early, it's such a quick turnaround. You have to get back out so fast after you get home. It's almost like you barely have time to breathe when you're home. But I'm going to go get an ice bath, do a little rub down probably, and I always bring the same energy whatever time it is. So it's all going to be made easier just by having such a cool group of people and support around. So yeah.
What was your secret sauce today?
I don't know if I want to tell you. Who's going to be watching? I'm going to give away my secret. First of all, the secret sauce is the BRT tour sauce. I can't give you the ingredients for that. I'll give you my other secret, and it's just happens. I don't know if you were out there today. Anyone watching, anyone been to a golf tournament, maybe you can even give your insights to it. But no one's having a good time. Even the guys that are 2, 3, 400, no one's having a good time. That's so crap. You know, I just feel like we're in such a cool, privileged situation, and this is an environment that I think is exciting. And I think fans, which are the reason we're here, I think they like it. I think they like seeing people enjoying themselves, because we are in a privileged position. So it's like, I can only imagine from, when I even watch golf, watching people having, the worst time of their lives playing for $20 million. Do you bleep stuff out?
I don't need to.
Assholes.
Okay, last question. How, just based on today, if you were to go back in time, you're playing another round tomorrow, like, what are you doing to rework your strategy? Are you going to kind of stick with that same game plan? And again, what you said, tighten up, kind of like,
Yeah, very similar strategy. Now they can mess around with the tees and move them up, move them back, but the strategy itself is the same. I'm just going to try and hit as many fairways and as many greens as possible. We've got a running joke in the group this week, and it's parking. So we just park the ball in the middle of the green and just take the 20-25 footer. So a lot of the same tomorrow. I'm just going to enjoy myself and hopefully hit just as many good shots as I did today. Or maybe 2 more.